What's going on, everybody? My name's Anthony Galavis. It's the third day of the NFL draft coming on a Saturday from Michigan, or Detroit, Michigan. Just doing a little quick recap of how the Raiders have done so far. In the first round, the 13th overall pick, they selected Brock Bowers from Georgia, tight end. Then in the second round, yesterday, Friday, they selected Jackson Powers Johnson, center from Oregon. And then in the third round, they selected offensive tackle Delmar Glaze from Maryland. So just a little quick recap of what the Raiders have done so far. The Brock Bowers selection was a shock to me, it was a surprise, but his best player available, and the Raiders feel good about that pick. There'll be a two tight end set next year with Michael Mayer. So whoever the starting quarterback is next year, whether it be Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, they have a set there where you pick your poison, along with Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers. So also Trey Tucker. So you have a pretty good decal list there. Just interesting, or just can't wait to see what Brock Bowers brings to the Raiders next year. We all see what Bear did this past year, even though despite the injuries. But we'll see what happens when the season starts. But I'm looking at the ESPN NFL draft analysis, and basically what Matt Miller is saying is, Bowers is a tight end receiver hybrid who led Georgia in receiving each of the past three seasons despite missing three games and not playing in a bowl in 2023. His ability to get open and make plays with the ball in hand is exceptional. He reaches his top end speed quickly. He's an instinctive open field runner and he breaks some tackles when necessary. Bowers averaged 12.1 yards per carry and rushed for three touchdowns on 9 runs in 2022. So he also said that he's a tough going over the middle. So that's a pretty good selection by the Raiders, who they went with best available. Tom Telesco touched on that the other day. So it's they also Miller also said that the Raiders used last year's second rounder on Notre Dame tight end Michael Mayer, his top tight end in the class. But he also said that he was surprised. It was a surprising move, but Mayer being an inline player and Bowers being a slot top tight end means we'll see them on the field together a lot. So that should be exciting for Raider fans because Devontae Adams could have seen some one-on-one matchups instead of being double teamed. But Devontae, regardless, he'll always find a way to get open and help his quarterback, whoever it may be. So I give that so grade on that one. Well, you know what? I'll do grades later on. The second pick, though, with the Raiders with Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon, uh, Matt Miller also said he's a first Oregon and Pac-12 player to win the Remington Trophy as the nation's most outstanding center. He's a powerful run blocker with excellent size and strength, in addition to the range to get downfield and reach second level defenders. So that's a solid pick by the Raiders, to go with Jackson Powers Johnson. And, you know, also, you got to remember the Raiders signed Cody Whitehair in free agency. So by adding Power Johnson, that's a pretty good pick. I feel, and Power Johnson was one of the top centers in the draft coming into this. Well, kind of redundant, but coming into this 2024 NFL draft. So the Raiders have Miller said the Raiders had a top five need at guard entering the draft and can check that off list with this pick. So again, I'll give my grade about the grade, give my Raider grades later on. And then Delmar Glaze from Maryland, Miller said uh, he started 16 games at left tackle, blah blah blah. He has a powerful punch to knock pass rushers off balance and pass protection and jolt linebackers when he climbs to the second level. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that this is a reach. I don't think so. I think this is an excellent pick for the Raiders. He's 6'4", 350 pounds. Doesn't have to start immediately, but nonetheless, it's a solid pick for the Raiders that they need an offensive line to help their quarterback, whoever it may be. So just a quick rundown, real quick, as the fourth round is underway. The Raiders How someone picks, they're gonna be picking one. They have one pick so far in round four, and then it's gonna be mix and match throughout the rounds through seven. So again, my name is Anthony Galavis, and I'll come back later on with more analysis and grades.